Next guest from Fly Racing, flyracing.com. Kiefer, this is your area of expertise.
Yes.
Thoughts on the LE Evo fly gear this weekend?
Out of 10, I was going to say 8.5.
Okay.
I would like to have a little less black and more teal, but for me, love it.
JT?
I'm good with 8.5.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Okay. You'll take it. All right.
Yep.
Was the inspiration the San Jose Sharks?
It was not. I can say with authority that it was not.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Flyracing.com. You can still get the LE gear, everybody. It's out there available at your local dealer or favorite e-tailer like Motorsport or whatever. Yeah, please check it out. Osborne Warden practice. Hampshire crashed out in it. Baggett didn't show up for one moto with it, but Bogle wore both motos. And I guess that's it, huh, JT?
I mean, Bogle's really been the anchor
Yeah.
the whole season anyway.
Yeah.
He's really he's the one we can count on.
Yeah, absolutely, right? Yeah, you guys did a good job with it for sure. And hopefully the sales are reflecting that, right? The early buzz.
Well, it was supposed to be Monster Cup originally.
Oh.
But it actually worked out really conveniently because we were the title sponsor of that national, and then Monster Cup went away. So it all ended up working out in an ideal fashion.
What made you guys do an Evo line versus a light line?
We try to mix them up. So we had the camo LE that was at San Diego last year, military, was light. And then this one was Evo, and then the next one that we do will be a light again. So we just kind of rotate them a little bit.
When's the next one?
I don't know. If you could tell me the Supercross schedule, I could tell you.
Go.
But I don't know that answer yet.
What are the odds, JT? And that leads us into a good conversation. What are the chances? What's the percent pie that we start end of January versus the traditional beginning of January spot? From what you hear or know or
I would say it'll start in January. I just don't know exactly when in January. It won't be the first weekend of January, I don't believe.
Okay.
But I don't think it'll be the end of January either. I think it'll be somewhere in the middle there.
Okay. All right. And we're going to go to probably not California, right?
I can't imagine that's going to happen. If it does, I can't imagine that it would happen at the beginning of the season anyway.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll have live shows next year, like Pulp MX live shows?
I do.
I
mean, it's Steve's call, but I do think we will.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it sounds like they're only going to have Supercrosses in places you can have fans. That's the goal.
Yeah.
So maybe places like Dallas, double headers, triple headers. But yeah, if they're going to have fans, you might as well have a show.
You going to go there, Darkside?
Hell yeah, if it's in Dallas especially. It's easy.
How do you feel like your moto media career is going?
I wouldn't really call it a career.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's going pretty well considering where it started a few years ago.
You're sitting here in the Pulp Show.
Yeah, to where it is now, and the fact that guys like Damon Bradshaw call in and McGrath and I've had big name guys that I would have never thought 3 or 4 years ago I would have had, and Fly Racing's a sponsor of the show, and that JT helps out. That's stuff I would have never thought. Go ahead, Kiefer.
Now that I look at Darkside, I see why I could almost. I think Damon likes Darkside because you look at him. I think that's Damon's kind of dude.
Okay.
You know?
No, I don't, but okay.
I look at that. I think it's kind of like you're kind of little Rocky kind of guy. Kind of give zero fucks. I think Damon likes that shit.
Has Damon talked to you, JT, about his personal like or dislike of Darkside?
Personal, no, or otherwise. I mean, the whole crashing of the bike thing was a debacle. I don't know how else to really put it. It didn't go well, but I don't think Damon really holds grudges against anyone unless it's chicken.
But I don't think Damon was actually upset. Somebody else in the WPS world was not thrilled. But
True.
Damon, the reality is it wasn't Damon's bike.
Yeah,
the reality is it really wasn't his bike.
Yeah,
he's looking for Chavez to fix it up. What does he know?
Well, it was a WPS rep had borrowed that bike and was going to borrow that bike or buy that bike, loaned it to Damon for the weekend. So Damon really didn't care. Damon honestly was worried about me, which I was surprised. But yeah, I don't think
it all worked out.
What?
Yeah.
Can you believe Darkside's in studio, JT, just chilling, promoting his own show a bunch?
I haven't.
Did he bring his producer?
No, we clipped that guy.
Yeah, he didn't get to come. So one of Kiefer's buddies,
the cult of Kiefer is strong still.
I felt like Darkside was just going to say screw it and show up like he was going to be with Darkside. Like they just come in together.
Yeah, no, absolutely. A couple things, JT. Marchbanks to Club MX. What do you make of that move?
Well, it's a strange move. The guy won a Supercross this year. So it's difficult. The last thing I want to do is downplay Club MX's effort because that's not fair. But in the same breath, if you told me that leaving Daytona, Sunday morning on the airplane, I would have laughed at you. So what do you make of that? It's certainly not where I expected him to end up.
No, but if you think about it, there's literally no spots. We went through it. There's no factory spots left.
But there should be. If you were a guy that was running top 3 and won a race, there should be a spot, period. So something, to me, that spells something is up.
Right.
Teams don't want to work with him. He's burnt bridges. There's something going on there because you can't win races and get podiums and then not have a spot. That's not reality unless there's some underlying issue.
Okay, yeah. Well, you look at Crown before he got hurt, and you look at Lopes, and they've had and Hill.
Hold on, you can't compare Crown and Lopes to Marchbanks winning races.
No, I'm saying the team has had good results. So
gotcha. Okay, yeah. And those bikes looked okay. The problem is what's the expectation? Because I don't believe that those bikes are comparable to Mitch Payton's Kawasaki 250. So now do you lower your expectation? As a top 5, a heroic effort on a privateer bike where before he was expected to be on the podium and win. I don't know. That's a really tough scenario for a kid that's still so young to now have to change your outlook. Maybe not. Maybe he's like, screw it, I can win on this, Yamaha or whatever they end up on.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you ride for a team like Club MX or one of those teams, I think you're like, hey, if I can get on the box, that's amazing, and let's get a top 5.
Yeah. The only challenging thing, I think, is for a kid like Garrett Marchbanks, who he's been an amateur prodigy. He was the Team Green, big hope. And I remember watching him at the Mini Olympics and talking to Beaker and saying, listen, we need to sign this kid. Like, what's it going to take? And him basically saying, like, I just don't think it's going to happen. Fox is going to keep him, and then he's going to go to Mitch's team. And I was like, okay, fair enough. I get it. But I wanted to be a part of that program. So to know all the resources he's had at his disposal over the course of his career and to now go into more of a privateer effort, I think that's going to be different, right? He's going to have to learn to, I hate to use the word compromise, but in reality, that's what it comes down to. It's not always going to be perfect. You're not going to have, endless parts and practice bikes and resources and testing days and all these things. So I'm always curious to see how those kids adapt to a situation that they've never really faced before.
I guess when I said there's no spots open, there isn't, but we didn't include JGR 250. I mean, they seem to just want to run Troll Train. I don't know if they would add another guy or another couple guys, but that was a spot I didn't think of. But
who does Husky have that they would not take a race winner onto their team?
Well, they have Swole for another year and RJ.
Moseman.
Do they have Swole?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
And Moseman's going to Gas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, see, like a team like that, to me, when you come off of Osborne winning titles, to get a race-winning guy, Jalik is still super young, but you can't really argue that he's performing to the level that you would hope for, right? He's not really a threat to win a race or anything. You would just hope you would find a way to get a kid like Marchbanks on your team. And I understand budgets and all that stuff, but, man, that's such an opportunity to add a high-caliber guy to your team. And especially when you look at the guys that are moving out of that class, man, you could have a guy that's a week in and week out podium guy.
Well, you would know about this, JT, about budgets and not knowing what the Supercross series is doing, and maybe these teams just don't know the budgets, and he's requiring an X amount of money, and he can't wait around. He didn't want to wait. He's like, fuck it, I need to sign something and get on a bike.
But you think he is getting that required amount of money from Club MX?
No, that's what I'm saying. But I think maybe because he feels like I can get on this bike, do well, and get on a bike now instead of waiting around till end of November until budgets are finalized and we got a Supercross schedule and all this shit. Because you know how that works sometimes.
Yeah, I think if there was an opportunity for me to end up on a factory bike, I would probably wait.
Yeah,
that would be my call. because I think opportunities like Club MX for a guy that won a race this year are probably going to be around. That's my guess. I can't say that, right? You have to assess the situation, and hopefully he has smart people around him that can help him assess that. But to me, in the 250 class, having resources and factory equipment trumps everything.
Does the issue with Mitch, that Mitch has with Garrett, does that trickle down to other teams? Do they kind of, hey, do they talk to Mitch?
I guess it's like football, right? Like you kind of have, if someone knows about it, you know how small our industry is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
I mean,
yeah.
if there is, we don't know, right? If there is something,
I mean, I believe 100% that Mitch is not a fan.
Right.
And the Daytona win didn't really do much. So, for whatever reason, yeah.
So that could trickle down and maybe.
And I'm not saying he's a jerk or he's an asshole.
Right.
I don't know.
It's probably something to do with his training.
But, I mean, you know Mitch, right? You just know him. And Kiefer, you know.
Oh yeah.
If he's not on, for whatever reason, he's not a fan. Not a fan.
Right.
So, yeah.
But at the same time, as well as I do, teams they're willing to overlook almost anything if you can win races for them.
Sure.
Yeah. We got a question for JT on one. Spencer, what's going on?
Not much. How about Jacob?
What's your question?
Enjoying the show.
What's your question?
Okay. I had a F2 question, actually.
Just get a formula. Spencer, buy the formula.
There are no F2s anymore.
Just there's an F2 still.
I think they did away with it, I thought.
JT, you guys didn't do it with the F2, did you?
The F2 is no longer in production.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How was the shell in the formula? I have a bit of an odd-shaped head, and I get too much pinching in the back of my skull from the F2 that I got. Is the shell that much different in a formula? Or?
They're completely different. The same companies do not produce each helmet. The formula is a complete redesign and from the ground up. So as far as a difference in shape, I wouldn't be able to exactly explain that. But as far as is the F2 like the formula, they're very much different. The formula is kind of redrawn from the ground up and built by a different company altogether.
Yeah.
Honestly, the best way to do it, and this is a very standard answer, is just go try it on. That's going to be the best way every single time. Is go find a dealer that stocks formulas and go try it on. And I think the guys on the other end of this line could tell you that once you do that, you're probably going to be sold on it.
I want to tell you right now.
Yeah.
I'm straight up, dude. I did not like an F2 helmet. I didn't want to wear it. It didn't feel comfortable to me.
Keeper, did you wear the newest one or the old one?
I don't know. The one you had before the formula came out, I had.
Yeah.
You would send, right? So whatever that is.
You talked about it, I think, when they changed the face.
Yeah.
That was the new one.
Just the overall feel of the formula, I mean, is top notch.
Yeah.
I mean, compared to every other helmet, not just the F2. I wear a lot of different helmets, and every time I get back in the formula, I'm like, God dang, this is a good helmet.
It's a great helmet.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I don't remember the caller's name, but I agree. I have two F2s that I still use every once in a while. And
Why?
Because they're custom painted, and I like the way they look.
Throw them away.
Okay. Well, they just sit on the shelf right now. But
throw those away.
I had noticed the same thing. Like in the back of the helmet, it's a kind of a funny feeling, a little tightness.
Yeah.
That the formula does not have. The formula is amazing.
Because one of the few helmets that fits me is I've been Troy for a long time, and I've had a hard time with getting shells that fit right. I know not everybody's the same, so it's
right.
But I just haven't had a chance to try
Just try it on,
formula on.
That goes for any helmet, for any customer. I don't care what brand you like or whatever. Trying on a helmet is always going to be your best bet.
Yeah.
Trying to, and even if you're obviously we support local dealers, and then Steve Show's sponsored by Motorsport, and there are lots of great e-tailers out there. So I really can't be biased in that way. But even if you want to support your local e-tailer,
Motorsport.com,
find a way to try one on. That's always going to be the best bet, because every helmet is different. Every shape is different. Every construction, the way they are drawn up, they're all different. The liners are different.
Yeah, it's like an anatomy in a woman. Everything's different.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Well, and just some people will love a helmet, right?
Thank you.
It fits them exactly. And then you can take that exact same helmet, put on somebody else, and they're like, they have hot spots all over, So it's always going to be a little bit different for everybody.
Brian, you got a question for JT? What's up, Brian?
Hey, what's going on, guys? I had a question about some gear for JT.
Yeah.
So I grew up racing motocross, and I got out of it for a while and gained a lot of weight, and I just recently got back into losing some weight, lost 50 pounds, and I want to get some gear. And I was curious, which systems actually still have the BOA for the pants? Do all the gear lines have the BOA system, or is there only a select few that have that?
Just Evo and Light have BOA. And
just Evo
honestly,
and Light, okay.
for your size, if your weight is fluctuating a little bit, I would go towards the Evo.
Okay.
We've really gotten pretty specific with the Light gear being really athletic cut, and there is a trend in Moto to go towards that. Some of the brands we compete with have gone really aggressively in that direction, so we wanted to have something to match up with them. But then we have Evo that's kind of a go-between. It has BOA, it has stretch materials, but it is cut a little bit looser. And then you have Kinetic, which is much looser too. So I would definitely steer you towards Evo.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. FlyRacing.com. Just Jimmy?
Contact form.
Jimmy.
Yes.
You've been on hold for an hour and 40 minutes, Jimmy. What is going on? What is happening?
Do you have a scoring question?
He's no Cole.
Yeah, so
sure.
I had a question
Mind blown.
with Zach Osborne.
Yeah.
So is he going to be the first 450 title that Fly has won?
Yes.
It would be yes.
Okay.
Yep.
And then another thing, my understanding is 16 obviously is his career number. But if he wins the 450 title or win, does he go to a single digit like 8?
I don't think so, because
He already had that option.
Yeah.
He could have already done it when he won the 250 title.
You are allowed to
Oh,
change.
so for outdoor national as well?
Right, yeah, for
the
250 title.
250?
You're allowed to change. You can change your number, your permanent number, I think one time or something. But I don't think he'd want to. No, I don't. It doesn't.
No, he remember we talked about it. He was considering going to 8 before.
Yeah.
And he decided to say 16.
Yeah. I would take single digit,
Interesting.
but I might not take
I
8.
would too.
Yeah,
I would do it.
I mean, that's something pretty awesome when you can run that.
For sure. No, absolutely.
So,
All right,
I
Jimmy.
would take 00
Okay.
if they gave it to me.
Thanks, man.
I
Appreciate
don't
it.
care.
Thank you. Jimmy waited an hour and 40 minutes to ask that question.
It's amazing what these people want to.
Dark side.
I thought it was that's a fair question.
It's a fair question, but not an hour and 40 minute
Dude,
wait. No
well,
way.
I think they're just listening to the show.
Yeah,
anyway.
so if you didn't get to hear the show where you're on hold, that'd be different. But you just, it works.
How's Discord doing?
Doing good.
JT, are you jumping in Discord ever?
I have not been on the Pulp Discord. I am on Discord, but not the Pulp one. I don't want to know. I'd honestly be scared to know what people say. I would probably just get angry.
You would be, yeah.
It's probably better for everybody's everybody that I stay off.
Are we cutting the pony?
No.
What? You said 2 locks.
2 locks.
Okay, 2. Jesus.
Right above the second, right here, just above.
No.
We're cutting.
You keep trying to take it.
Are we cutting 2 locks off for Killian Alberson donation?
Yes.
We are.
Yeah. Scissors. I'm dying to scissor it. Scissor.
This is gonna be a big moment, everybody. Stay tuned. We'll do it after commercial break.
Yes.
I can't wait for my phone to start blowing up here in a second.
Wow.
You're fine.
How long is it gonna take you to grow that back out to the same length?
4 months.
No, shit. Well, maybe, yeah, about that. It grows
Oh
fast.
God, dude.
Does it lose blood flow as it gets longer?
I don't think so.
Do you give it a name? Does your pony have a name?
It does not.
Okay.
No, I don't think about it like you guys do.
Is it like Doc Ock in Spider-Man?
Can we just put that Ride the Pony song up?
We can't. Yeah. Can we get the Ride the Pony? Doc Ock? JT, do you know Dr. Octopus in Spider-Man?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Does the pony act like one of his arms sometimes?
Yeah.
Just like mind of its own.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, the guys at work say it's like the
I think
Avatar movie?
I imagine it like talks to him like the Green Goblin, like it's alter ego.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have your hands full, like you have a knife and a fork, and the pony can go over here and grab the salt,
that would be fantastic,
and bring it over,
right? Yeah,
and
that'd
dip
be great.
the salt on.
That'd be great. Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
It tells him like, oh, bring the producer. Yeah, let's bring the producer. Like, and they have this argument.
Right.
Darkseid's like, no. Steve said no. Steve said no.
Yeah.
No one
He's
cuts
our friend.
the pony.
He helps us.
That's
right. Bring the producer, Darkseid. Go ahead.
Bring it to me now.
Yeah.
Pony Man.
I am Pony Man.
Pony Man and Tech Man.
Do not cut me.
Oh, Jesus.
I am Pony Man. Do not cut me.
Do not cut me or I will cut you.
I am precious. I'm a precious pony.
Tech Man and Pony Man, and they could have their own like Saturday morning cartoon.
It's like the Avengers.
Right, yeah.
You guys are idiots. Stupid.
Tech Man, break into that vault.
Yes.
And then Tech Man breaks in, and Pony grabs all the money.
Pony's a nice guy. No, Tech Man, don't do that.
No. They're a super team together.
Oh, they're a team now.
Tech Man breaks into the vault. Pony grabs the money.
Does the work.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bring it to me.
Yeah, unlocks the safe.
Hey, I've got a question here on Discord for JT, if I can ask it. Is that okay?
We were talking about the pony, dude.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
He wants to change the channel. He wants to change the subject of the pony.
But it's up to Steve.
Go ahead.
Well, what does it matter what I think? It doesn't matter.
Well, it
Nobody
matters. I'm
listens.
asking you.
Shit on him
All
anyway.
right, fine.
Fuck
Fuck it.
it.
I'm going to ask it. When are helmet manufacturers going to start including mouthpiece GoPro mounts built into their helmet? No, it was misspelled. Mouthpiece GoPro mounts built into their helmets, or include a mouthpiece clip-in for GoPros.
Well, you'd have to sign deals with GoPro, which would be problematic.
Mm-hmm.
So while it's not impossible, now you're asking to be officially licensed by GoPro, and I don't know that they have any interest in that. So they're a publicly traded company, and they may be like, yeah, screw you, we have no interest in that. So I don't really know.
Well, I don't understand, but you could make a mount and be like,
well,
mounts
okay,
for most popular cameras. You know.
Let me finish.
Okay.
We on our helmets, we have made helmets in the past where we've made a flat spot in the visor shell construction that is basically specifically built for GoPro placement. So it's not something we completely ignore. Just to partner with GoPro, I don't know that they would have any interest in doing that with anyone.
I will say the F2 was a problem for GoPro stickies because it had that crease down the middle.
Yeah, you had to go on the side. Yeah.
And
the main reason for that was that helmet was conceived long before GoPro existed.
No, actually, Steve Mathis put a GoPro on Andrew Short's F2 at Bercy, and he simply took a razor blade and cut a little crease in the middle of the sticky so that the ridge stood up in between there. Yeah, no, it's mechanic ingenuity.
But I'm saying if that helmet shell had been thought of when GoPro existed, it would never be built that way.
Did you know that Liat drops a new helmet tomorrow?
Never heard of it.
Did I know or did I care?
No, did you know?
I did know, yes.
Okay, all right.
We got the machine on 2. He's got an idea for the machine.
Oh, yeah, guys. Great show.
Thank
you. How we doing?
How you doing?
Oh, great, man. Hey, I've got, first of all, Dark Side.
Yo.
Good job. Good job on the show, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good to have you on.
Thank you, man.
So the question is, the punishment for Dark Side.
Oh, shit.
Where has this gone? And I have an idea, but have you guys dropped this?
What were we punishing him for?
That was for the Pookie, sending the
Thanks a lot, dude.
answers to
Oh,
Pookie.
yeah. I thought we decided on that, and he already served it out, or we never actually broke it down to what it should be.
Anything.
Right? Yeah. Texting Pookie the answers was really bad.
I agreed. I
really
it was
bad.
Not good.
That's fucked up.
Yep. I thought it'd make it.
You know what?
funny.
I think his shame in his voice on the air was enough punishment.
Well, that was pre-Bradshaw, so I think Karma got him.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I was kind of thinking he's a big '80s rocker guy. Maybe we
send me to a concert.
Have him not cut the pony, but tease the pony, and go to a A1 press conference.
No, we're cutting the pony. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is.
Yeah. Turn that up.
No, I don't know. I don't really want to send him to because now people think he's Pulpamex.
Let's cut it.
So
shave that fucker off.
If you tease the pony, people will be like, this fucking Pulpamex guy.
Yeah, that's not
right.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
You don't think like a set of Oakley blades and a teased up do?
I mean, that would be
Make me like the
rocket. Fucking sweet.
Maybe with like maybe a Trickster T-shirt on.
Yeah.
Trickster.
Yeah.
God.
That's so funny.
Dang,
Dude.
you went back, dude.
It's funny because PJ Farley, one of their band members, just released a new album, and I was like, oh shit, Trickster. Yeah, that's
God,
crazy.
I forgot about it. Do you remember Trickster?
Thanks, Machine.
1 in a million.
Thanks for the call. Thank you. I like it.
Thanks.
I like it. All right. Anything else for JT? It's late there. We gotta let him go. Or do we have any other questions for Jason Thomas?
Nope.
Does Ferrandis and Osborne get it done, JT, this weekend?
I think so.
Yeah, I do too.
I mean, you're barring disaster. I I think for sure Ferrandis is the best guy in the class by a substantial margin. So I think he's going to win pretty easily. And then, I think Zach's been the best guy, but it's, the margins are very close. AC's riding really well, and Tomac is a 3-time defending champ, but Zach has gotten it done consistently. He hasn't had horrible weekends, where things have just gone completely wrong. And even when they did, he was able to salvage things. So he's put himself in a position to where he's going to have kind of an easy day if he chooses to. So, yeah.
If something happens to Dylan, and we've talked about this on Racer X, then the French are cursed. In 1990, Bale had a big lead in the 125 class. Now the 250 class. Broke his arm at Washougal.
Yeah.
Christophe Purcell, 2 years in a row, threw the title away. One he had a DNF at Southwick. One he had the shoulder separation at Paula. Marvin Musquin, 2 points behind J Mart. Does he do his knee in? What does he do that year at Indiana? Shoulder? Knee? No, his bike just broke. No, I'm sorry. His bike just broke. No.
Yeah, it did break.
Yeah, his bike broke. Final round. So the French have had
Roncada full meltdown.
Roncada full meltdown at Steel City, had the points lead going in. So we've had the French be so close to this small bike outdoor title and had weird shit happen. And if Dylan, if it goes sideways for Dylan, the French may be cursed.
I don't see
I
it.
don't
He's
either.
too good.
I don't.
I just don't see it.
Yeah, he can get a bad start, and he can.
He has so much help too. You think about how strong that 250 team is. They have 3 or 4 guys that could literally move over for him if they need to. If it really came down to it, he's going to have 3 or 4 guys within the top, let's say 12 to 14 guys that he could lean on for help.
Sounds like Cooper's not pulling over.
Yeah,
though.
Cooper said he's not pulling over.
I still think when push comes to shove, if it was down to the title and Will screaming at him, I think he would do it.
Yeah.
Well, like we said, I think I like it too. But Jesus, if it doesn't happen, we got
yeah.
Well,
that's why they dropped the gate.
Yeah.
I mean, anything could happen.
No, absolutely. All right, JT. Thanks for the appearance tonight on the Pulp Mix Show. FlyRacing.com. Please check them out. Thanks, buddy.
See you, JT.
All right, see you. That's Jason Thomas. Let's roll right into our